From Citizen TV, this is Friday Night with Lillian Mooney.
Hello there, good evening and a very warm welcome. It's always great to have you with us right here on Friday night. Lots coming your way this evening. Let's take a look at stories making headlines tonight. Judge Jesse Lesit to chair Shakahola Commission of Inquiry, with former NCCK Secretary General Mutava Musyimi appointed to chair task force on regulation of religious institutions. Pastor Mackenzie in court again as autopsies show 4 more victims died of head injuries in Shakahola.
We want to say it's a very great loss because all of us have been rallying behind Mukami as our mother.
Mukami Kimathi, widow of one of Kenya's prominent freedom fighters, the late Dedan Kimathi, dies at 96. 7 people die in accident along Kendu Bay-Homa Bay Highway. Good evening and a very warm welcome to you once again. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Njoki Shege, and we invite your feedback right here on Friday night. You could SMS us using SMS number 22422. On Twitter, the hashtag is Friday Night at Citizen TV Kenya. My Twitter handle is at Lillian_Muli. Kindly send your feedback and we will share that with you at the tail end of this bulletin. Friday night starts now, and President William Ruto has appointed a commission of inquiry to probe the Shakahola tragedy, where bodies of dozens of followers of the Good News International Church in Malindi were found buried in shallow graves. Lady Justice Jesse Lesit will chair the 7-member commission, which is tasked to probe the circumstances that led to the mass deaths and torture of the followers of Paul Mackenzie. In this latest development, the head of state also formed a task force that will identify gaps and propose legal and governance changes to prevent religious extremism.
It remains one of the country's most tragic turn of events, the Shakahola tragedy, where 110 bodies of followers of the Paul Mackenzie-led Good News International Church have so far been exhumed. As part of efforts to unravel the mystery behind the Shakahola mass deaths, President William Ruto on Friday appointed a 7-member commission of inquiry. Lady Justice Jesse Lesit will chair the commission, whose members include Dr. Frank Njenga, who was appointed by former President Uhuru Kenyatta as the presidential advisor on mental health, retired Lady Justice Mary Kasongo, lawyer Eric Gumbo, Bishop Catherine Mutua of the Methodist Church of Kenya, Dr. Jonathan Lodompui, Wanyama Musiambo, and Albert Musasia. Lawyer Kioko Kilokumi has been appointed to lead the team that will provide legal advice to the commission. President Ruto tasked the commission to, among others, inquire the deaths, torture, and inhumane treatment of members of the Good News International Church. It is also expected to identify persons and organizations who bear the greatest responsibility and recommend appropriate actions that should be taken against them.
Heads must roll. So there are people we will remove from office. There are people that we not only remove them from office, but we ban them from holding any other public office for the rest of their lives.
Paul Mackenzie remains in police custody after he reportedly lured his followers to starve to death in order to meet their creator, teachings that have puzzled many and sparked debate on the need for a change of regulation of religious institutions to stop such excesses. President Ruto has also appointed a task force on the review of the legal and regulatory framework governing religious organizations, which will be chaired by former NCCK Secretary General Reverend Mutava Musyimi, Bishop Mark Kariuki of Deliverance Church, Bishop Eli Rope, Archbishop Maurice Muhatia, Judith Ongori, Reverend Dr. Alphonse Kanga, Bishop Philip Kitoto, and Dr. Faridun Abdallah are among members of the 15-member commission, which will serve for a 6-month period. President Ruto had revealed plans to form the task force last week.
We want to provide a framework agreed with our religious leaders, a framework that will provide for self-regulation so that church, so that religion, so that our spiritual leaders can have a mechanism where they can point out to government those who want to abuse religion for other purposes.
Speaking in Embu County, Interior CS Kithure Kindiki condemned the abuse of freedom of worship.
It doesn't matter the resistance we get. And those who are threatening us, that they know God more than the rest of us, they should know God. We all know God to some level, and nobody has a patent or copyright on God.
The task force is